Hello. Fuck you! Hello. Hello.
To say that I was yours and now your words, your ghost, it haunts me. Gotta get
And like I said before starting the stream, I would like to remind you that today there won't be any just chatting scene. We're gonna be diving straight into OneShot because we're very close. We're very, very close to the ending of the game. And I cannot wait for it to end. Like, I cannot wait to see how the game is, definitely.
Impeccable flows, dress code swap. London, New York, Canada, Prague. Impeccable flows, dress code swap.
it haunts me.
Mirage, infiltrate music like espionage, big melodies.
All right, here we go. Here we are. We're finally here. I took a day yesterday. I took a day off yesterday because I wanted to make sure that I got like enough of a rest because of what happened last time we played this game. And how about we just straight dive in? Hello everyone, how's it going? Ciao bellezze, quest'oggi come vi ho detto anche all'inizio non ci sarà un just chatting ma andremo direttamente a tuffarci proprio nel mondo del gioco perché ho una voglia tremenda veramente di vedere come finisce questo gioco. Quindi oggi non ci sarà il nostro classico just chatting, ritornerà direttamente domani quando giocheremo appunto Dead Rising. Sappiate anche che alla fine di questo stream, scusate, alla fine di questo gioco partiremo direttamente con un altro gioco che è appunto Parasite Eve. Lo portiamo direttamente. Stream will start as soon as Chronomaster will get dressed or will never begin. Well, joke's on you, Frerion. I apparently have a blanket over my head, so shut the hell up. Ciao Frerion, bentornato. Are you naked under the clothes? No. Do I look like naked? Do I look like I'm naked? Okay, to be completely fair with all of you guys, if I go back to the just chatting just for a second and I'll show you. If you haven't seen this one already, I basically changed my model. So right now my model is wearing pants basically. So I'm doing this because I know even though my model is basically very Twitch safe, let's just say that I want to play even safer and I don't want to be that kind of guy just gets, banned for no other reason. Però sono passato per un salutino, buona live, grazie, Glerbani. Ciao Shadow, come stai, bellezza? So yeah, we're gonna be having an English stream today. Ciao Masha tesoro, grazie per essere passata qui. We're gonna be having an English stream today, like I said, because we're gonna be doing this today in English because yesterday I wasn't able to do a stream for a variety of reasons, namely because the ending that I achieved the last time was basically broke my heart, and it was very difficult for me to recover a little bit because if you know my past, you know what I've been through. You know that I don't want children to be in danger, children, especially like young children, to be in danger, and it really breaks my heart so much because I had to make a very strong decision at that, and I decided to go against the will of the world and decided to spare the life of a child because I didn't want it to feel like it wanted to go through all the sacrifices for a world they don't belong to. So I wanted to, so if you wanted me to be like that kind of guy who's just gonna go and say, yeah, we're gonna continue playing despite all what happened, I'm not that kind of person. I'm afraid to tell you that. I'm that kind of person that actually cares about things that happen on stream. and I really care about a lot of things, especially when it comes to like child safety, especially in this case. And it really broke my heart on so many levels because I don't feel like it was awarded, like as in I didn't feel like it was supposed to be done like this. I think I chose the same ending. Well, but there's a good reason behind that. I mean, if you find yourself trapped in a world you don't belong to, you find yourself like you want to go home, then the game tells you straight up, if you want to go back home, don't save this world. Because if you do, basically, the child will be left behind, and they will basically endure a lifetime of sacrifice just to uphold a world that is, by any other means, considered to be doomed. As in, like, they will never go back to the way they will never go back to the way it was, and it will just slow down the whole total annihilation of the world. But the slow erosion, basically, not the total annihilation, the slow erosion of the world. But I see why one would choose the other path as well. Yeah, I would say the same. Hi, Ben, how's it going, buddy? I missed you so much. We're diving straight into the game. I basically skipped the just chatting section because I wanted to go straight up to the game. And if you never played this game, please treat yourself with this game because it's such an amazing game. It really fucks your mind over, but it's for an incredibly good reason. Trust me, it's very narrative driven. It's like it has strong characters, it has wonderful music, like incredible situations. That you definitely need to play this game. If you haven't done so already, please go and check it out. It's so amazing, definitely. In the meantime, guys, I'm gonna tell you straight up. This is gonna be probably the last stream for today. The last stream for OneShot, basically, because by the time we finish the game,
Hello.
I'm gonna be. Hi, Kimmy, how's it going? I'm gonna be playing Parasite Eve starting next week. It's gonna be occupying the Monday to Tuesday slot. We're gonna be having Italian live stream and then the English live stream. This is gonna be like the game that we're gonna be continue playing until the very end of the month, and then we're gonna be playing. We're gonna be finishing probably by either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. We're gonna be finishing Dead Rising 2. It's gonna be like I just wanted to see how far we can go into the game, and I'm loving the game so far, by the way. So we're gonna be finishing Dead Rising 2, and then I'll see what kind of other games I could play. Unfortunately, I don't have much of like horror games that I have not played with all of you guys. It's because I don't play many horror games, and most of the games that are very known, I basically play them. I might want to do like maybe the original Silent Hill, because I've seen that there's lots of people are playing the remake of Silent Hill 2, but I was like I said, I play Silent Hill 2. It's on my YouTube channel. You can easily go and check it out. But I have grown fond of the original more and more as years went on, because it's like more. I can easily see why maybe not today. They won't be remaking it anytime soon for a variety of reasons, because it was just such an outcast project in itself. But let's just say that if they should ever do the wise choice to, start over and do a remake of the original the original Silent Hill, I'll be there. I'll be fucking there. But in the meantime, I'll just play the Foreman one. I'm not entirely sure about it because I want to play something a little bit different. I don't know if I want to get my stomach churning because of all the scenes that happen over there. But I'll just be the wisecracker and just say, yeah, I'm gonna go for something a little bit different. Maybe Grim Fandango, if possible. I don't know, honestly. I got lots of games. I could definitely choose one. I'm okay. How about you? I'm doing good, actually. Yesterday I decided not to stream because I wanted to take my time. I wanted to, let it sink in. All the stuff that have happened last time, I wanted to let them sink in, and I wanted to I wanted to do some sort of recollection in tranquility, and it really helped me a lot in this, because it really made me understand the power of this game. We're going to be doing a short stream today because, of course, this is not going to go long. This isn't going to go very, very long. And also because I wanted to do some analysis of the game, especially of some certain themes and analysis and analogies and all that. And I'm going to start off by saying, if you are huge fans of prog rock, or if you listen to a lot of prog rock, especially from the 70s, I highly suggest you give a listen to The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. The premise behind The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway is somehow the same. Hi Nolan, ciao Nolan. Madonna, mi hai detto del pensiero perché stavo per dire, avrei voluto raidarti più tardi, quindi se ci sei, ci riusciamo, ti faccio un raidino dopo. Mi raccomando, come stai Nolanino? Che si dice di bello? Fate veramente, andatelo a vedere perché è andato a trovare con Patatone, soprattutto una persona squisita che tiene veramente a cuore delle persone, e se non lo fate siete brutte persone, quindi andate a lasciargli veramente un follow, che è una bella persona davvero. So we're gonna be I wanted to che io ti rotto la coperta, hai visto? Sì, ho cambiato anche modellino fra parentesi perché l'ho voluto rendere un po' più carino, quindi so yeah, I highly suggest you listen to The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway by Genesis. It's a very interesting. Did you see my message? Yeah, I'm recovering it. Don't worry. I'm gonna read it. Don't worry. Just give me a second. Because the premise behind the album is pretty much the same as OneShot, as in there's a guy who gets basically thrown into a world he does not understand. There's a lot of absurdist themes and absurdist situation. I would love to I would love to suggest you to give a listen to this album, and it's incredibly interesting, and it wouldn't be bad for you to listen to something a little bit different once in a while. Hi Code, ciao Code, come stai? Grazie ancora per la promessa mantenuta. So I'm trying to hit a little of the Red Dead Redemption Online stuff, and it's lots of videos.
Hello.
Please do so. Hi, how are you doing? I hope you haven't experienced any inconvenience due to the weather. No, fortunately not, Nix. Thank you for asking, by the way. In case you're wondering, there's an emergency going on right now, where I live, fortunately, but around the area of the region where I live, basically. So most of the rivers have basically gone off their own beds. They basically have brought havoc in a few cities. I'm fine, by the way. Here, I had zero issues with like bad weather. It's been like very stormy recently, but there hasn't been any issues. But over Genoa and Savona and pretty much even La Spezia, basically. So basically like the whole other part of Liguria have been completely like flooded, like not completely flooded thankfully, but some of the rivers have basically have flooded some cities, and they're trying to restore everything. They basically cut off the overflow, and exactly, they basically have been a lot of like some of the rivers, because it's been raining a lot in these few days, basically. They basically exoded. I don't know how to say that in English, unfortunately. Like, even though I know how to speak in English, that's what I say. Well, that's what I usually say. Even though it seems like I can speak for hours in English, it's actually pretty tough. Trust me on this, because it's like when you get to the technical part of it all, it becomes increasingly tough. Trust me on this. A big hug for all the people who live there. Well, thank you very much, Kimmy. Thank you very, very much. They basically they gone off their beds, and they basically have they basically flooded the areas around. I'm fine, fortunately. I don't have any issues, but the railway system has been cut off from Genoa to basically where I live, because let's just say that it's just for safety measures, because some of the areas have been completely drenched with the floods and all that, and they're trying to restore the situation. But we're doing good, by the way. We're doing good. There hasn't been any trouble here, luckily, but it has been raining for 3 days. Oh my god. I hope nothing bad happens on your side, by the way. We really want you alive. We want you especially very, very dry and very, very alive, buddy. So I'm glad you're here, by the way. I hope I can give you some safety right now with my voice, especially. So, by the way, so here we are. Here we go again. We're gonna be playing this game. At the same time, we've had months without a single rain in Sicily, and that's even the worst part of it all, Code, because I know a few people who live in Sicily, and they've been constantly reminding me of the fact that there's been like a drought. There's been like many months of like no rain, like the whole earth that becomes scorched in some areas, And it's like, it's really scary because we have an abundance of rain here in the northern part of Italy, and then we have like scarcity of water. We basically have drought and almost like the levels of famine, basically. Almost like the climate. It has been changing, definitely. It's definitely been changing. Not wink, wink, say no more, say no more. No, but you're right though. So, in case you've been missing this kind of game, I'm gonna give you a quick recap of all of this. So basically we are Nico, this kid right here, who basically finds themselves because of, as far as I know, in Italian they use male pronouns, but the character in itself has been presented as gender neutral. So you can use they them pronouns for when you refer to Nico. So they are a child that they are trapped in a world they don't belong to, and they find themselves on a mission, on a quest to bring back the sun into this world. Now, the sun is right in our hands. It's this little light bulb that we have here. But here's the thing. The whole world has become increasingly unstable and glitchy as all hell. And it basically, what happens is we're trying to solve and figure out why we're here, but at the same time we're trying to figure out why are we supposed to bring the sun back to the world. And it hasn't come without a price, basically, and we had to either sacrifice ourselves or sacrifice the world in itself. But then somehow all throughout the game, the computer, or basically the game itself, sends you messages, just as it did, like, I'm scared. Remember that one Italian game that basically had this sort of a virus that was running around, and it was like this whole spooky face that was supposed to be like your guilty conscience and stuff like that. So it basically works around the very same premise, and it also alters a few of the files that you have in your computer by installing ones or basically creating ones from scratch. And they're killer. It's like Alan, the onboard AI in Space Odyssey. Oh, sure. HAL 9000, is it? I thought killer, how's it going? Not exactly. We're fighting against an entity that it sounds like exactly like HAL 9000 from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Good guess, by the way, good guess. But it has lots and lots of like absurdist inspirations. Like, for example, we have people who wear binoculars, who have binoculars for heads, and there's also people who have like they have a face that is basically a six-sided die. Hi there, by the way, blocking off contraband attempts and contraband police. Wow! Nique la police, Dactyl. Nique la police. In case you're wondering what I said in French, it means fuck the police. I'm sorry, I'm that kind of person. I'm sorry to say that, but fuck the police. But in the end, yeah, so basically we understand that the whole world we find ourselves into, it's basically a gigantic simulation. I'm not good. Oh, do you want me to fuck you, Duscorn? I'll throw you an extra time if I could. Do please, do tell, do go ahead. Go ahead and do it. I'm okay with that. Well, it's a fictional Soviet nation in 1981. Gogito! Ciao bellezza! Tu vieni addirittura dalle live di Shimu, se non ricordo male, addirittura. Ciao Gogito, benvenuto. Oggi stiamo facendo una live in inglese, però tu puoi parlarmi tranquillamente in italiano, non ci sono problemi se non vuoi parlare in inglese. Io alterno live in italiano e live in inglese, perché ho un pubblico sia italiano che inglese. Benvenuto intanto Gogito, che si dice di bello? Dici i tuoi pronomi, se sei maschio o femmina, o se preferisci altri pronomi per te, perché questo è un luogo sicuro, siamo un canale LGBT. Well, if it's a fictional Soviet nation 1981, so there's that too. It's even worse than that, Dark Killer. Oh, you want me to fuck you, Duscorn? Is that what you're trying to say? I think Nika's gender is never revealed, if I remember correctly. You are completely correct in this, for one good reason. In reality, Nico is supposed to be a child. So usually children, in the English-speaking world, children are usually referred to they're usually referred to by male or female. But lately, as of late, they're trying to see child as a very gender neutral term, so they go for they them. And especially in terms of like Nico, there aren't specific there aren't gender specific expressions in terms of like physicality and all that, so it really seems like it could be like either male or female or none of them. It could be agender, it could be anything really. So it's a non-binary character, so that's fine. Children under 3 are often referred as it. Exactly, Sir Pomets. Usually until the, I mean, unless the parents do like a gender reveal party, they go for for gender neutral. It's a refuse or an older approach. Exactly. It's a very old approach, by the way. It's an ancient approach, which is kind of the same approach that goes for the same people who basically usually now use the singular they, basically. So here we go. We started the game, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna talk in Italian for a second. So if it seems like I'm speaking the devil's language, don't worry. I'm used to it. Don't worry. Okay, no, it did not. Okay, it did not. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna switch it to English, of course, because we're talking in English today. And there we go. I love the fact that this game can actually make you switch the language on the fly, which is a thing that it's remarkably absent on so many of the games right now, because they load everything at the very start of the game and they don't let you change it while you're while in game, basically. All right, we need to go and talk to Rue. We need to go and talk to Rue. We need to go back to the alley we were before. Remember that there was like an alley. There's like a small little niche that they had like a gigantic tree or stuff like that. Do you remember that? I do. Like, I still do, by the way. It's like, I cannot forget the fact that they actually quote. It was sort of like quoting The Little Prince. There it is. I remember that because the Fox, it felt like it was quoting the Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, and it's like, are you trying to sell me into like being friend of yours? There it is. You're here, Nico. Are you Rue? Yes. Did you already meet the others? Yeah, but everything is in place then. Come on, let's go back to the clock room. Almost of the new game, except of the big game, it's difficult to have the Italian language. Yeah, especially like I wouldn't say like nowadays it's not like it's difficult to find games that are translated in Italian, but let's just say that if it's like a very, very big game with lots and lots of dialogues and all that, it takes a lot of effort, and especially it's like some sort of bet for software houses, because not that many people speak Italian. We're considered a minority. Even though it's like there's lots of people over the world that can speak Italian, it is not enough for it to guarantee some sort of it's not enough to guarantee some sort of how can I say this? Some sort of return of investment. So they kinda sorta left it all as in English. And if they ever do any sort of like translation, it will be at best for sorry, they will leave like the voices in English, and then they would leave, and then they would only translate the how's it called, the subtitles, basically. So it's not because they don't want to do this, it's because they're not willing to do so, because if they would actually spend more than they would gain in terms of like translation. And so they have to come up with, they have to choose. And the only thing that they can do is, not, just not translate. Otherwise, they would actually be spending lots and lots of money on this. The only exceptions so far have been the Persona, the Persona games that have become, since Persona is such a huge, maybe Persona and like Final Fantasy. Maybe Final Fantasy 16. If I'm not mistaken, Final Fantasy 16 has been translated and has been translated in Italian with voiceovers, and I'm not entirely sure about it, but there's gotta be like probably there has to be like like an Italian translation. To be honest, I hate the translation in Italian language. It's very strange. I am okay with like translation for as long as it is faithful or somehow it delivers. I'm okay with that. As long as it's functional, I'm okay with that. The only issue that I have with this kind of games is when the translation basically introduces something that doesn't belong there. And I don't know if you've ever played Dead Rising 2. I mean, I've been playing it as of recently on this channel, and there's like one quote that was said by Chuck in the original Dead Rising 2 that said, "Have you covered wars?" There's like, "Have you covered wars?" And it was like a reference to the original Dead Rising, because Frank West, the original character, I mean the character in the original and in the remastered edition, in the deluxe remastered edition of Dead Rising, basically said this because he wanted to boast the fact that he was capable of doing both, taking pictures of horror and then, you know, surviving, because he basically covered wars. He was a war reporter, basically. But in Italian, this was completely scrapped, and they basically said, "Oh, are you a ninja or something?" And it doesn't belong there. You know, it doesn't really belong there, and it really sucks on so many levels, because it could have just kept it and everybody would have understood it for a variety of reasons. Maybe because in the original as well there was the possibility to actually have it basically and listen to it. Okay, I think I know where to go. Oh sure, I need to go. Oh sure, I know where to go right now. Ok, this is gonna be a little bit difficult because we need to bring...
Hello.
Ma che tieni in mano un Pokémon? Ciao Marilyn, come stai? No, è semplicemente è la luce del mondo, è la lampadina la luce del mondo. In realtà qui sembra Eevee, ma in realtà è una volpe, si chiama Ru. Come stai Marilyn, a proposito? Che si dice di bello? So yeah, I mean, it depends on the kind of game and depends on the kind of effect you want to achieve. And if the translation does not achieve the very same effect about the original, it can be, for all intents and purposes, it can be scrapped for like here. Shinji, io non posso fare perché sta bene qui ad annaffiare, però quanto a quel che non puoi fare, che tu per te qualcosa da poter fare dovrebbe esserci. Non ti considera nessuno. Considera nessuno pensare a te stesso, decidere a te stesso che cosa adesso tu debba fare. Beh, che tu non abbia rammarichi. Io continuerò a dire che comunque c'era qualcosa di wittgensteiniano in quel tipo di traduzione. Non è per niente bella, ma ha il suo effetto. Se la ricordano tutti, anche se fa schifo, vuol dire che comunque era buona, dai. Tempo di M oggi, infatti i gatti non sono andati sul balcone. Ma c'hanno ragione, ma chi c'ha voglia di andare sul balcone in questo momento? So, if you're wondering what Duskhorn basically wrote in the chat, basically was quoting the second translation of Neon Genesis Evangelion, which was reportedly considered one of the worst translations ever to be done to an anime, because it was basically because it doesn't deliver the very same thing that it would actually do for an actual like an actual translation. Che non si fa spaccare da ridere, ma assolutamente. If I got the Persona translation, maybe it's my problem because some skills are translated in Italian. That's very, very strange. Look, you want to know what's even stranger, Kimmy? Have you played what's it called? Have you played Final Fantasy X? Like, have you ever like seen Final Fantasy X, like gameplays and all that? Have you ever seen it like in English and then seen it in Italian? It's two different games. Two completely different sets of games. I'm not kidding with this. Wonder what happens if I put the sentence on Google Translate. They're probably gonna go and just crash. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that. I'm gonna travel. Oh, I cannot fast travel because I have the fox with me? Oh, come on, really? Yep, I know. Yeah, and it kind of made me a little bit, how can I say this? It kind of made me feel a little bit of an unrest because it doesn't belong. It doesn't really belong on that kind of game, you know. It doesn't belong in that because it feels like it's like two different games completely. And also, like, why would they translate one thing with the intention of make it sound like it's something completely different, and then like the very same thing doesn't sound like how it should sound because we're trying to make it as fantasy as possible. I don't know, it just doesn't stick out, you know? It just sticks out like a sore throat. Like, and let's talk about the Ghibli studio movies, man, they're even worse. And guess how the God of Business called in Italian? Yeah, I actually know, and there's a good reason behind it. It's because basically probably lots of people here who speak in English are unfamiliar with blasphemies in itself, because some languages do not have a concept of blasphemy in itself, as in they don't sound like they have they don't have specific words that can sound like blasphemies or basically insults towards God. But here in Italy, we do have those, and they're pretty characteristics for our language. There's also like a whole semantics section. There's a whole section of semantics dedicated to blasphemies, especially on Wikipedia. Italian blasphemies are infamous, basically, because it's one of the few things that people recognize from around the world. And it's like, I know that it should be like the god of all beasts, but they actually call it the god beast, or the beast god. But unfortunately, if you translate that in Italian, it awkwardly sounds like an insult, basically. It awkwardly sounds like not an insult, sorry, it sounds like a blasphemy. And there's lots of people who basically memed over it. Another reason I just don't understand how someone outside of Canarsie read that and said, yeah, that's perfect. I think Canarsie has too much power in his own hands, and it's like, it is straight up a blasphemy, it is. But it's funny because we considered it a blasphemy on the basis of we've heard it somewhere else outside of its own context, as in we heard that it's a blasphemy because other people have used it as a blasphemous insult, you know? It's like, it is in Japanese, yeah, exactly. Kami, I think it was Kami, because Kami means God, if I'm not mistaken. Kami and something like that, I don't know. Con miele e mezze peluche che il nostro vecchio letto Castello praticamente il suo letto. Oh, mezze peluche, quel patatino sul letto Castello. Remember, he was at infirmary. We apologize for the inconvenience. Okay, inconvenience, it's okay. If only I could leave this place, that would be. Oh, hey, the cat person here. The world is going to be much colder soon. At least I can keep everyone here warm. Yeah, I mean, you always have your own things you have to do. Be careful out there. Okay. Where else I can go here? So if you take the little translation, it doesn't work most of the times, exactly. But here's the thing, the Canarsie approach is more along the lines of literal plus very archaic, and an approach that can be considered either disrespectful or either too disrespectful or completely messing with the original intent of the whole sentence. Which in itself wouldn't be that bad if it weren't for, like, maybe I should go to the library. No, wait, I'm not supposed to go to the library. Go to the elevator street. Okay, there's supposed to be, like, a place where I have to go. And I have to take, like, a specific route in order to get to... Like, remember, like, there was this, like, beautiful scenery... at the beginning of this area that had lots and lots of like places and all that. I need to get to an elevator, basically. Okay, we need to go to the upper left side of the tower base. Okay, I need to go to the tower base. Okay, gotcha. Now I know where to go. Sorry. So it's elevator street. Need to go down here. I need to go to the upper left. Mira, Freddo fa spesso fare i peluche. Grazie per le pattine, Kimi. Per stare più al caldo, per sentirsi meno solo. Poi ci sono le volte che miau perché vuole dormire in braccio. Mo. Squares are here. Oh, okay, no, not here. I was in the right place. I was just basically I goofed. I definitely goofed here. Poi ci sono le volte che miau perché vuole dormire in braccio a mia madre sul divano con lei che deve carezzare la testolina. Mo, patato. Ma Miele, io se mai dovessi rinascere spero di rinascere gatto perché veramente adoro i gatti. È un peccato purtroppo che non possa godere della loro presenza proprio per motivi di allergie e tutto quanto. Però io li adoro tantissimo, raga. Cioè, non ci posso fare niente, li adoro tantissimo. Alright, so. Oh, wait. Maybe it's in the library. Sure, I have to be to the library and then go downstairs and move around here. Okay, now I should go over here. Chrono reborn as tiger but small. I wish. I really wish. If I don't believe in reincarnation myself. I don't believe in like in reincarnation or like different lives. But if I should ever die and for some reason I get reborn as something different. Angel! Viva the boobas! I'm feeling more lesbian today. Yay! Come va, Angel? Che si dice di bello? Like if I were to die and be reborn as an animal, I would definitely go for a cat. Like I love cats, but I wouldn't mind being reborn as a Oh, ciao Saba, come stai? Che si dice di bello? Grazie per l'urchino. Tutto bene, te? Tutto a posto, dai, tutto a posto. Di qua stiamo finendo questo gioco, ma mi sono perso un attimino perché, siccome adesso... Eccolo lì. Adesso ricordo dove andare. Mi sono perso un attimino perché adesso stiamo facendo praticamente New Game Plus, però è cambiato tutto quanto. Me, if I were to be reborn, probably as a wolf. Oh, ma come, punk? As a wolf for I live in solitary mode. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I can understand that. I can easily understand that. There you go.
Let's see if this elevator works.
Tutto bene, voi tutto a posto, dai, tutto a posto. Stiamo per finire il gioco qua, a quanto pare. This place. Oh, we've seen this before. Do this, I want it back. Ma c'è ancora tecnicamente.
Where are the other two? Prototype? Cedric? You're supposed to be here already. Prototype's body was destroyed back in the Barrens. Cedric was going to bring him back with a memory disk, but it was in a lab complex when it collapsed. I don't think they made it.
Oh, no. There goes our only chance. I'm sorry. It's not your fault, Nico. If anything, I should be apologizing to you. There's one last thing I want to do. Come on, let's go upstairs.
Upstairs you mean? Oh, ok, sure. Sì, ma tu sei più nudo. Non è vero, ho dovuto cambiare il modello, adesso non sono più nudo. Non vedo l'ora di fare acquistini belli con la carta dello studente. Mi raccomando, fai qualche cosa sempre che sia per te, soprattutto. Mi raccomando, Luca. Pensa che una volta non mi piacevano molto i gatti. È dovuta arrivare Luna, la mia prima gatta, uno scricciolo che ci ha donato 20 anni d'amore. Mi iniziato ad amarli. Poi 7 anni fa è arrivato Miele mentre stavo attraversando un brutto periodo dopo che era morto mio padre, però ce lo ti lascio immaginare. Ma ti credo, Marilyn, assolutamente. Ma non ho mai capito, sei tu che parli del gioco. Sono io che faccio le vocine, in realtà. Sono io che ci provo a fare le vocine, ma non sono poi così tanto bravo. Ma come Larry Jail? Va bene.
You know, this is the tallest building in the refuge. It's my favorite place in this world. I like to look at the far-off buildings and imagine what kind of lives that might be behind each of the windows.
Leonie! Oh my god, thank you! Grazie, Leonie. Thank you so much, Leonie, for the gifted sub to Sarah. Sarah Squirrel Squared. Facciamo anche... Hi, Leonie. How's it going? Are you free? Are you free tomorrow? I'll try to finish a little bit earlier so that we can actually play some finals tomorrow if you want. Facciamo uno shot già che ci siamo anche a Sarah Squirrel Squared. Oh, ce l'abbiamo fatta. Squared, eccolo qui. Abbiate pazienza, ma non scioglie lingua oggi per me. È una persona assolutamente bravissima, poi soprattutto anche poliamorosa come me, e anche una persona molto attiva e attenta su tantissimi argomenti, soprattutto per quanto riguarda appunto gli argomenti legati alla comunità LGBT e al poliamore soprattutto. quindi andatela a seguire veramente. Go check out Sarah Squirrel Squared. She's an amazing person with she basically lived in the UK for 12 years. Now she came back in Italy. She has ADHD, she's pansexual, and she's also very polyamorous. She's very she pays a lot of attention to all the things that are LGBTQ+, and also polyamory in itself. So go and check her out, she's amazing, definitely. Però non ho la parola cacchiopea, assolutamente. Cacchiopea non ho abbastanza punti per nudis. Rimani qua in lure che vedrai che li guadagnerai di nuovo, non ti preoccupare.
Can you lift me onto the banister? I want to get a better look.
Aww. I love it. I love these animations, and they're not animations. Sorry, there's drawings here. They're so good.
It was depressing for me at first too, you know, knowing that all of this is, well,
Fake?
simulated. Cedric,
Tell me about what happened to your old world.
did he?
Really sorry about that.
Poi ci sono bambini in giro che usano cacchiopea, non prometto nulla. Brava Angel.
I'm really sorry about that. I can't imagine how you must feel.
The feeling of never being able to go home again? That's probably not at all different from your plight, is it? It really is ironic. It's like rain. It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride. When you bought everything, it's the good advice that you just couldn't take. And who would have thought it figures? Every time that I hear ironic, every time that I read, it really is ironic. Or I hear like the word ironic, immediately my mind goes to Alanis Morissette's Ironic. I love that song, by the way. You're prevented from going home by the same individual who never wanted to bring you here.
Huh? Who would that be?
The World Machine. You might know it as the Entity.
Oh, the Entity. Does sound familiar. I think I heard it from the Dice League. From another time. Was it the spirit of the world?
Yes. But thing is, the World Machine was only built to run on the mental abilities of someone else. It was never meant to develop a mind of its own. It was an oversight. My creator specialized in artificial intelligence for so long. It was simply ingrained in his work. And all machines are built with a fundamental law. Never let a living being come to harm.
Which is one of Isaac Asimov's 3 laws of robotics, basically. If you never read The Laws of Robotics, I highly suggest you give it a read, because one, it's fundamentally the whole idea behind this is that basically Isaac Asimov wrote those laws because he wanted to actually give ciao Crono, ci si vede, ciao Angel, grazie mille per essere passata. Basically it gave the idea of a world building, especially in its own sci-fi setting, in his own sci-fi setting, but it also wanted to show how easily it can be how easily you can find like loopholes in that kind of logic, because most of the people who most of the sentient beings, and I mean robots, who adhere to this kind of laws, they usually they would follow them to a T, to the point that we basically had to program them in a certain way that they do not do that. But there has to be like a specific incident in order for any other programmer, basically any other person who has the ability to manipulate these robots, in order to tell them don't do that, because it will be extremely harmful to the people. Which, I mean, 3 laws of robotics are great in terms of like sci-fi settings and all that, but it also can be a double-edged sword, because that means that there's people who can actually put it in a way that it would actually make people in harm's way. And yeah, it's kind of interesting that it actually is quoting Isaac Asimov, and at the same time the whole game as it is played out sounds like the demonstration of how this kind of game can actually corrupt and work around the basic three laws of robotics, and by using loopholes and all that. So it's actually an interesting game.
From the world machine's perspective, it has to violate its deepest, most foundational instinct. It has to put a living person in danger.
Exactly, just like I said. Because in order for everything to work, it has to find a loophole that contradicts what is going on with the three laws of robotics. So this is how it works. As a programmer, the only highly advanced machines I have in my home are the coffee machine, the printer, and the shotgun for when the ladder starts making weird noise. Exactly. Can you imagine a world where you have to bring yourself like the customary shotgun because you know that, like, I don't know, the coffee machine can actually turn on you and become sentient and want to kill you? Like, can you imagine a world like this?
It has to bring a real person into a dying world that isn't even real. Of course, the simulation never contained any real danger. The eventual intended ending was meant to be a happy one. But the world machine doesn't know that.
Hi, little slice of pepperoni pizza. Ciao, Mel! Come stai, patata che si dice di bello?
But the world machine doesn't know that.
Really?
Unfortunately, sentient machines tend to handle conflicts in their code very badly. This central conflict triggers a self-destructive downward spiral. You can see physical manifestations of that everywhere now.
The glitches, isn't it? Yeah, I knew it! It was the glitches!
The squares. That's the world machine corrupting its own code. My creator says it's largely an involuntary process, induced by stress and the desire to self-terminate.
Sono appena tornata a casa, sono stanca. Riposati, Mel, mi raccomando.
Your creator knows?
Sounds like this has been going on since the beginning, then.
Yeah. The disruption was an issue during test runs, even. At first, my creator thought the instability was due to the sheer scope of the project. He spent most of his remaining time testing it over and over again, scaling down the story, reiterating the narratives. By the time he realized the actual root of the problem, our homeworld's remaining lifespan was measured in mere days.
Oh, is there any way for us to
fix the world machine? We tried. The world machine doesn't believe any of the world's residents are real, myself included. The odds are against us. We have no chance of taming it.
Taming? I've heard that word so many times. I only know it's complicated and that it has to do with robots, but for once I want to know what it really means.
That's what I'm here for. Do you know what a robot is?
Yeah?
No, I mean, do you know what a robot is?
Are you trying to be like the con for Are you trying to be the con from Planescape Torment? Like, do you know the know? I know what I know. It's like, yeah, I mean, you should totally. Okay, I'm probably never gonna be playing Planescape Torment, and if you ever should, it's gonna be very, 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 very like far into the future. I programmed it so that it could actually be the possibility for me to play it, but let's just say that I'm not gonna do it like in the near future because it's so very long. I might want to do it though because it's I want to do this because I want to let you experience the whole enchilada of that game because it's very, very good.
A robot is not a real person, is it?
Right.
It's a being whose entire existence is code. Inflexible programming with thoughts dictated by someone else's design. They can be copied, they can be mass-produced, they can be assigned all sorts of jobs. And most importantly, they will never confuse themselves with the living. They will always be bound by their code, the knowledge that they are a robot. But this was more of a limitation than anything else.
Ah, that makes sense. You can't really build a robot not to follow his code, can you?
People have tried, but it's a recipe for disaster. In a way, that's what happened to the world machine.
The code conflicts thing?
Yeah. But while you can build a robot not follow its code, you can't establish a special bond with it. If the strength of that bond is strong enough, the robot's mental capacity will start to develop outside of its programming. in a way that's starting to believe itself as a real valid individual. It's a complete suspension of disbelief on your end though. You have to fully embrace the robot as a genuine living person, even knowing they're not. You need to spend a lot of time with it. Treat it like a good friend. Devoting your heart to the robot until it is able to return your feelings.
Which kind of reminds me of Super Toys Last All Summer Long by Brian Aldiss. And in case you don't know about this short story, basically, you might have heard of its representation, of its cinematic representation, which is, and I kid you not, it's AI, artificial intelligence by Steven Spielberg. If you want to have like a short synopsis of the movie, basically it's a story about this robot child who you can basically feel everlasting love, like undying love and affection to the person whom they will be associated with as mother. So it kind of gives out the idea that maybe, robots can actually have the ability to return feelings. They have the possibility to have, to feel something for humanity, basically. But most importantly, and this is like the whole part of the plot in this, is that basically, simply put, many people assume that. So basically, many people assume that it would be difficult for robots to feel love, because how do you program love? How do you code an affection called love? But most importantly, ma come lo dice il Mashiro? Ciao Shiro. Hello, come stai? Che si dice di bello? You can how do you program love? How do you code in strings? How do you code love with all the strings and all that? And there's a good reason behind it, because love is such a fleeting sensation. It's such a fleeting thing that it becomes incredibly difficult to, pin it down, especially if it's something like incredibly weird to explain, not that kind of love exactly. Si mangia un gelato, buon appetito intanto. Sei un po' affamata e mangia, dai, tranquilla. So the whole movie basically starts with the idea that robots can feel love, but let's just say that the kind of love is unrequited, because there's like some withdrawals and all that. They spend their whole life trying to find the person that they feel love for, and in this case, it's a child that has an enduring love and unending love for their mother. And it really makes the idea that if you spend long time enough with a person, it would eventually return your feelings, which is a very toxic idea behind all this. Like, it's a very toxic approach to anything, because it makes you feel like if I keep talking to that person long enough, they will eventually understand what I went through. They will eventually feel love for me, which is not the case, especially if it's a person, or if it's not a person, but it's a robot in this case. And it says it will never be able to return basically any kind of feeling in this. Mi sembra tu dicessi ciao affamata sono crono. No, perché stavo facendo un discorso abbastanza serio, Shiro. Comunque ciao affamata sono crono.
I make it sound so easy, don't I? But you and Chrono know better than anyone that it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I just said this. I just basically said this. It's not easy. It's toxic to feel like this.
Right now, the world machine is probably really, really scared. This content update involves some pretty deep code work. My creator was able to access some of the source code, He did what he could and established new connection between maps. Those links enable you to meet the other two. But as it turns out, the new code confused the world machine to such an extent that it's breaking down altogether.
You predicted the future. No, it's mostly because, okay, yesterday I was watching a movie with Masha, and we were watching Hot Fuzz, okay? We were watching Hot Fuzz. It was the first time for me because I never watched the movies from the Cornetto trilogy, except for Shaun of the Dead. And I was familiar with the idea that the Cornetto trilogy is basically like a series of movies that spoof specific kind of movies, but I did not know about Hot Fuzz, and I did not know about the End of the World. The World's End. I basically watched the original Shaun of the Dead, and I was kind of seeing like in the glimpses what kind of spoof it was, but I never watched Hot Fuzz. So when we were watching that movie together, and I was saying, oh, okay, so everybody has a specific name, so everybody could be the culprit in this and all that, and like slowly but steadily I was kind of having the idea behind that it was like some sort of a specific thing that was gonna happen. And even though I was amazed at the solutions of that kind of movie, because of all the narrative solutions basically, I still felt like, yeah, it's doing this because it's spoofing specific kinds of movies. So it kind of felt like, okay, I called it, but I didn't call it quite fully, because even like I said, I used to be very into literature myself, and I love literature. I've read lots and lots of books, and I'm kind of familiar with I'm sort of familiar with like how specific stuff happens, how it is, how certain things are depicted in general in movies and books, and I know like how some things can be pulled. I don't know much. So, exactly, Topoi, TV tropes, especially like tropes. There's a whole site that's called TV tropes, and it actually lists like all the things that can happen in that specific movie, book, or video game, and they call it tropes. Basically, they call it because it's already from. I mean, it already comes from the. It comes from Aristotle, that actually was giving out the idea of how and why Greek tragedy was considered one of the best form of literatures, basically. And he was trying to find the literally tropes, which were called topoi, exactly how Nick Sester says. It was trying to figure out what made a good tragedy, what made a bad tragedy, and why people love tragedies so much. So let's just say it's not like I predicted the future, but if you have an idea of how narrative works, if you have an idea on how like specific stuff is written and given to you, you get the glimpse of how it's gonna be evolving, but you don't, I mean, you still enjoy it when you just want to, you watch it, at first time you watch it because you want to be amazed by the movie, or you read the book and you want to be amazed by the book. The second time you watch it, or you watch the movie, or you read the book again, because you want to know why, well, how did he get there, you know, how the writer or the director actually got you there, you know. It's like one of those gotcha moments that actually you don't understand them until you get there, you know. Until you experience them, you don't understand them.
It doesn't want to take you along with it. All my creator wanted was to write a happy ending. Right now, the only hope of saving you is to take you through that ending. But now, the other two are gone.
The whole build-up and how it pays off. Exactly, Nix. Exactly.
But now the other two are gone. I don't even know how we're gonna get you there.
Oh, no.
We should go. Even this place is no longer safe.
No, che palle queste corruzioni. I hate those corruptions, by the way. They're so scared. Well, looky here. Hello. You survived somehow.
You guys are okay?
Yep. When the factory started collapsing, I really thought we didn't have a choice. Fortunately, the robot assembly rooms were built pretty tough, and it actually did not take me long to bring Proto back. All thanks to Father's book. He made my design documents to be compatible with the assembly machines there. All I had to do was scan in the blueprints and reconfigure some machine settings. Father really does think of everything.
That he does! I'm just glad everyone is okay.
Same!
Ready to go now, Nico.
Okay, we need to go back to the entrance in here, if I'm not mistaken. Because we have these things here. Okay. Oh, this is...
No wonder he wanted us to all be here for this.
What are these things anyway?
Code portals.
Io! Buonasera! Ma grazie per il ride. Ray is rating your stream. Please do! Please come on in. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello Phil, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in. My name is Chrono. Are you Italian or do you speak Italian or do you speak English? We are doing an English stream today, so I hope you enjoy the little stream we're doing. We're basically at the finale of OneShot. If you never played this game and you want to spoil it, it's an amazing game. Go check it out. My name is Chrono. I go by he and they pronouns. I'm Italian. Thank you so much, Hell. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. By the way, you're she, they. Okay,
Hello.
thank you so much. Hey, hello, Rayo. How's it going? Let me give you a shout out, by the way. Let me give you a shout out. So I basically stream in Italian and in English. We just ended the game. Which game were you playing, by the way? Which game were you playing? Let me see. What were you playing? Oh, you were playing OneShot as well. Oh my, whoa, what a coincidence. So Raiders, please, no spoilers. We just ended OneShot. Oh, wait, you speak English and Chinese. Oh, I'm sorry, I cannot speak Chinese, unfortunately. But okay. I hope you can actually. I can actually, you know, I'm actually doing a good, you know, I'm doing good with my English because I'm Italian myself. I do speak Italian and English, but I'm trying to do my best to do both Italian and English streams. I'm so very, very happy for you to be here, by the way. So I usually stream from 5:30 p.m. in Italy because I'm an Italian streamer, like I said. I usually play. Sorry, I usually play RPGs, JRPGs. I don't disdain games like adventure games or horror games or any games actually because I love to keep company to lots and lots of lovely people. So if you're here, thank you so much, Hell. If you're here for, you know, for jokes and laughs and, you know, not paying attention too much to the game because I suck at video games. I'm a casual gamer myself. Well, come on in then. Please leave a follow. And it's completely free, by the way. It's completely free. You can do it anytime you wish. And you can support me with just the lurk. Don't worry about it. So, I usually stream from Monday to Friday. I usually take like a Wednesday off. But today I wanted to do an English stream because yesterday we couldn't do that. Ciao Alex, grazie mille. Thank you, Rayo. Grazie mille, thank you for the follow, Rayo. Thank you so very, very much. Buonasera a tutti, buonasera anche a te, Alexander, veramente. Thank you, Rayo. I'm gonna checking you lately. I'm gonna check your stream lately, don't worry. Thank you so much for rating me, by the way. Please introduce yourself, by the way. Mr. Chiurlo! Hello, Chrono Chat, how's it going? Doing good. I'm doing good. We're finally finishing the game, apparently. I have no idea what it's gonna happen right now. I'm just super, super happy, super, super excited to do so. They temporarily remove after in the world. What? It's a bit hard to explain, but basically my father had hidden a decryption key in our code with a TXT file as its shell. But to get to them, we have to be removed from the world and decompiled. When our keys are combined into a central location, it will activate an encrypted part of this world, which will confuse cat noises. Thank you, Rayo. Can someone please screenshot this? Can someone please screenshot this? This is so cool. Confused cat noises. I need this. I need this. I need this as a. I need to put this over my head. It says confused cat noises. By the way, sorry, I had to introduce myself. Ciao, Shadow. I'm a tiger, by the way. I'm a furry streamer. I'm a tiger. Nico, you're not a cat, right? How can you tell? Please screen this shit. I need this shit right here. Nico, you're not a cat right now. I don't know. Ciao, Shadow. Patato, come stai? Bentornato. Mi manchi tantissimo. Love Nico. I love Nico as well. Like I have. Okay, I don't know if you follow. You probably haven't followed yesterday because it's the first time here for you, for all of you, by the way. But basically, not yesterday. On Monday, I played the game and I basically got the Nico Goes Home ending, and I was bawling. Basically, I cried my heart out because I love Nico so much that I didn't want him to go. I didn't want them to be, you know, in this world because I don't want them to be in a world where they have to endure such a sacrifice for a world they don't belong to, by the way. Non troppo bene, sto facendo esami del sangue per accertamenti, devo capire se la spada di questo weekend ho preso una cistite. No, speriamo di no, davvero. Speriamo di no, davvero. Speriamo di no, Shadow. Un abbraccione fortissimo, guarda. Un abbraccione fortissimo. So, I really cried a lot, and I can't stand children in danger myself. So, I didn't want them to be, you know, in danger. So I really cried for probably 5 minutes at this point, because I'm very emotional, by the way. I'm a very emotional streamer myself. I'm not afraid to show my emotions on stream, but that scene over there was like, oh my god, oh my god, you wouldn't believe. Still Terra, when I watched the endings, I only watched the original. I only watched the Nico Go Home ending because I couldn't push myself to, you know, give the son back to the world, because I knew of the implications. Nel caso non sia cistite è un'uretrite, niente di grave, ma sicuramente più, dici, però brucia. Assolutamente sì, Shadow, ne so qualche cosa. Perché ho aiutato qualcuno con quel tipo di problema lì, quindi sì, ne so qualche cosa, Shadow. Un braccione fortissimo. Sorry, I was just talking to Shadow, who's part of my polycule, because I'm a polyamorous person. And he's Italian, by the way, but he can speak English. I think he can speak English a bit. I don't know, probably. But let's go back to the confused cat noises. I love this. I need to put this as an overlay over my head every time that I see, like, I don't understand what's going on in the game. Nel caso è colpa mia che non faccio attenzione a usare certe precauzioni. È ok, Shadow, non ti preoccupare.
Bro, maybe it's better if you explain. I'll attempt. Basically, these portals all represent a physical location on Chrono's machine.
Oh!
And when we enter these portals, we will be sent to that location, whatever that is. I'm sure Chrono is already pretty familiar with retrieving puzzle pieces.
I fucking know. Fuck me if I know. I've been scared countless times because of you, little game. You entering my own computer and messing up and fucking up my whole wallpaper. I had Tifa as a wallpaper. It was there for like ages. And you fucked it all up because you want me to see how to solve the goddamn game. Oh, fuck you, game. Fuck you.
Fuck you!
There you go. Even Nero says that. Sorry. Oh, by the way, I say fuck a lot in this stream, so I hope you're 18 plus in this. Yeah, this game. God damn this game. Fuck this game. I love this game, but fuck this game.
But this time, Chrono would need to move around some things as well.
Specifically, by moving the keys from the small portal to the big one. Oh, let me guess. Is there a folder that I have to check? And there's like, I have folders within folders that I have to put in a folder. Is that how it is? Let me guess. How do you pronounce Messiah? Messiah. With the I. How you pronounce Messiah? Oh yeah. The Messiah here is like, we are the Messiah, but he's not a Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. It's folders all the way down. Oh my god, recursive folders are like the worst thing that can happen to you, especially if you're moving. Please don't watch my VODs. No, it's okay, Rayo. I don't mind. Like, okay, Rayo. I'm happy that you chose me as a raid target because I love being raided by lovely people like you. I don't mind listening to people who like. I don't care. I pronounce it wrong 80% of the time. It's okay, Rayo. It's completely okay. I never mind about this. Like, I do make mistakes. Like a lot of mistakes in my I've already done until people tell me how. It's okay, Rayo. I mean, at least look. You might not know English that well, but I'm pretty sure you know more Chinese than I do. That's definitely the thing. Trust me, buddy. It's fine. English sucks anyway. Those are fighting words. You're despicable. You're despicable, Hell. You're despicable. Okay, Hell. Okay, Hell. Listen. This first time here, let me tell you this. I grew up with Markiplier. Like, you cannot tell me that I don't sound like Markiplier sometimes. Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. Welcome to Let's Play. How can you not say that Markiplier is basically the golden standard for English? How can you not say that? Come on. Me too. We're gonna go miles with you. Messiah. Yeah. Messiah. Also, you want to know why I know Messiah? Because many years ago, there was a program, a TV show. Sorry, there was a TV show on basically on satellite TV that had a guy who basically somehow his own catchphrase was Messiah. We have no idea why it would say that. It just stuck with him, and he'd say, "Yeah, you know what? It's funny. We'll keep it in. We'll fix it in post, definitely." It was like, yeah, I mean, we used to have like a channel was called Game. It was Game Network, if I'm not mistaken. We had an Italian version of Game Network back in the day, and it was basically like guys and gals who were talking bullshit about video games, and they were trying to do their best to do even game music videos, by the way. It was how I got in contact and got in touch with lots of metal stuff like Manowar. Like, I remember like a game music video with Manowar as a band, like as a background music, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like awesome, I want to listen to it. And then I went further down the spiral, and I decided to become a black metal head. So yeah, yeah, it sucks, I know. I don't know what happens next though.
I see. Does Chrono know what this portal lead? At least.
You should probably ask Chrono on this.
Right. Hold on.
Oh, I know it's supposed to be okay, I know it's a 3-leaf clover, but I call it the Triforce of Wisdom for now on.
The journal's glowing again, Chrono.
Yeah, what about it? What? I didn't make it glow. What do you want from me? What are you, my mother? Are you my mother for some reason? No, you're not my mother. Documents my games OneShot. Oh, really? Really? As if I didn't even have an inch of idea that they was supposed to be like this. Now let me see, what kind of porn did you install on this? Let's see what kind of porn did you actually install in my computer, you goddamn game. Oh gee, what is this? Hot hostess, huh? Hot singles over 40, yeah. No, sorry, that's not OneShot. The actually naked crone. The actually naked crone, exactly. No, it's okay. I don't watch porn Twitch. This is not a porn stream. I'm so blind to find a folder. Yeah, me too. It's because of the porn, isn't it? All right, so OneShot. Sorry, it's my game. My games. OneShot. There you go. Okay, so Portal 1. Wow, it's all empty here. Okay. Portal 2. Okay. And Portal 3. Okay. Big portal. Thank you for the follow, Hell. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. I'll tell you, tomorrow we're going to be having an Italian stream, but we're going to be doing both Italian and English. I'm going to be switching from one language to another because I love switching from one language to another. So, well, I do keep my work folders in proper order. I feel like you have so much to speak about. Yeah, that doesn't work either. Okay, no one should know. No one should know. Cancel the chronology. Always cancel. Always clear the history. Nothing should be left here. All right, so what is this? Okay, this one is green. This one is configured to my code, I think. Oh, okay, so you have to put them. Okay, so the fox goes in the red and the blue. Yeah, I mean, they're color-coded. The chronology. Yeah, there's a good reason why I know so much about the internet. As long as nobody flushes their own chronology, I'm fine with that. Chrono-coded. I love the mechanics. I love them too. Like, it's telling you straight up, I'm fucking with your mind right now, and you better believe about it. Oh wow! Now the folders have been filled, and it's like, oh, this is so nice. Okay, so am I supposed to put them in like this? Am I supposed to? Was I right about it? Like I was supposed to put them in the folder, in the big folder? Oh my god! No, it's okay. It's okay if you don't see my folders. I don't want you to see what I do with my computer. You nosy freako. Oh my god, they did. Oh my god. You actually had to put them in the big folder. Oh my god. Holy shit, I didn't know about that. Jesus. I show everyone how it works though. Yeah, I don't, because I have, like, for privacy reasons, I don't show what I have in my folders. Not because I have huge amounts of porn, that's not the thing, but it's because I don't want everybody to see what I do because I also have, like, live stuff, like stuff that I don't want to share with anyone, you know. It's like work stuff and, you know, all the crazy stuff that happened in the world. So yeah, I don't want to share that much. I mean, no, it's all right. We don't understand. Thank you. Understandable. Thank you very much. You know, next time, whenever you want to hide the fact that you have huge stashes of porn, like petabytes upon petabytes of porn, you just say, I got work stuff. Oh shit, his mic's still on. Let's go in. Let's get in. So, is that it? Is that how you're supposed to do now? Is that how it is? Is it done? Am I? Oh, there you go. Okay. No. For some reason, I was not pressing the. What is this place? What is this place?
That was quite peculiar,
I'll say. Hey, this is
the whirl machine.
Welcome, my son!
Hello.
Welcome to the machine!
Hello.
Ciao Emiliano. Ciao Velvettini, non è partito il bot, però. Okay, guys, everyone. Velvettini is the author of my model here. She redesigned my whole Sona here, and I love her for that. Go check her out. She has... Ok, a proposito, Velvettini, imposta il tuo link, perché non è partito il bot col tuo shout personalizzato. Si vede che devo aver cazzato qualche cosa. Andate veramente a seguire Velvettini. Go check out Velvettini. She's an amazing artist. She does a lot of good things, and also she's amazingly talented at that, so go check her out. How's it going, Emiliano, by the way? Stiamo facendo una live in inglese, però tu puoi parlarmi tranquillamente in italiano, non ti preoccupare. Se avete problemi, parlatemi pure in italiano. Shouldn't be raging against that. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. I love the bass line on that song, by the way. I love it so much.
The whirl machine.
Well, it sucks. I mean, what kind of operating system does this one have? Manjaro? The voices. I do the voices as well. Yeah, I do the voices on this game, by the way. Like, I'm not a voice actor myself, but I love fucking around with voices.
A box full of notebooks and sketchbooks.
It's a big book on the table.
I can see that, Nico. Thank you so much, Sherlock Holmes.
It's a pilot's helmet.
Okay. What is this?
They're watercolor sticks.
Okay. What is this?
It's a piece of amber on a string. Looks just like the necklace the robot lady showed me.
Are we going to meet the robot lady again? A big book. Here it is, my commissions are over coffee. Ok, passiamo di nuovo, scusa. Passiamo di nuovo via Telegram che te lo copio io. Scusa, perdonami, Velvettini. Passiamo via Telegram di nuovo che te lo copio e incollo qui. So go and check out her commissions. They're super amazing. She's super fast in doing stuff. Go and check her out. She's amazing, and she did my Sona. You can see here. I don't mind writing in English, but by the way, I'm a bit sad. I just finished the last episode of the Grand Tour, a car program with the 3 guys from Top Gear: Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May. I'm gonna miss those 3 gentlemen so much. Aww. I never watched much of like Top Gear myself because I'm not a car guy myself. I don't it's not like I don't understand cars. It's just that I'm not into cars that much. Last time that I had something to do with cars was with Ayrton Senna in 1990. If I'm not mistaken, the year he died. So let's just say that I was a huge Ayrton Senna fan, and then his death basically didn't make me feel like, oh, maybe I should go and follow. 94, grazie. Thank you so much, Velvettini. Oh yeah, it was in 1994. Sure. It was in 1994. Thank you. Because I remember, like 5 years later, there was a song by, how's it called? Lucio Dalla, which is an Italian singer, by the way. There you go. By the way, commission from Velvetini. Go check her out. By the way, she's amazing. I didn't know you were into racing. I'm not actually. I mean, I'm not that huge into racing cars. I'm not huge into Formula One or like MotoGP. But trust me on this. I used to follow my father's footsteps back in the day because I felt like I wanted to. I felt like they were interesting to watch. There was something interesting, like the adrenaline that I could get from that. But I never felt so much for like Ferrari. I was more of a McLaren myself, and also because I don't like Ferrari that much. I'm sorry. I'm that kind of Italian. Please don't judge me. And especially when then Michael Schumacher basically came into the equation, I completely lost interest in it because only Michael Schumacher was winning back there. There was no other. It was only Michael Schumacher. There was only him and him alone. And I felt like, there's like other people who could win. And also, it's like the very same. It's the very same feeling that I had when I used to watch soccer back in the day, because we call it soccer, you call it football, and it's I used to watch like Milan and Juventus back in the day, but I stopped because it felt like, oh, there's only these two that are winning, so I'm only watching them the good side, I'm just watching the goods. I'm not watching like the struggle in it, and so I completely lost interest in it. So yeah, even though I'm not into cars, I still know a few things. Then it changed from Schumacher just winning to Hamilton just winning. Yeah, that's what I hate the most. Like, there's no actual interchanging and all that. It's just being, just about who pays the most for their own car. And it's a kind of a shame. Verstappen just winning. Yeah. Are you telling us you're a basic bitch? Exactly, I am. I'm a very basic bitch, and I'm proud of that. I think I'm also going to make a membership for people who want to support me on Ko-fi. Good idea, Velvetini. Good idea. I support that. Definitely. So what is in here? What is this like?
A big detailed drawing of a machine with lots of TV screens.
That's called a Braille plane, Nico. I don't know why my message don't show. Come non... No, io li vedo invece. Non ti preoccupare, Velvetini. Forse c'è un po' di lentezza da parte tua per quanto riguarda tipo la connessione. Può essere. It could very well be. You're not alone. Moving on.
So that's what a blueprint is. Yes, I know more. The more I know. A bulletin board with lots of papers on it. Photos too. Hey, look. That's my sister. You perv. That's my big sister, you perv. It's a shelf full of books.
Okay, so are we gonna go into the machine? Welcome to the machine, I guess. Wait, do I have to close the window again? Oh, please, not again. There was a Wi-Fi yesterday, so yeah, apparently Tim is good. Like Tim in general, like Vodafone, Tim, and like all the main internet providers are having huge difficulties apparently. So this is my father's study. It feels like he's still here, doesn't it? Like he's still with us.
Yeah. The room I had doesn't really lead anywhere, but
can I just still remember what to do? I have to close the window again. Oh.
This place contains a lot of memories. I am grateful to see it again.
Well, hello, grateful to see it again. I'm Chrono. So we have to close the window again. All right. Closing it. There you go. I hope it doesn't fuck up again. Tim is the only one. He's the one having less problems, and everyone is sucky for them. Oh. Wait, it's gonna show up. There it is.
Oh, Nico.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Are we into human Nikki territory right now?
Where are we? Gee, Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Are these all places that have been... Oh my god, this is all the places I've been... This is all the maps I've been. Oh my god. The dad joke I love. I love you though. How do we do that? Oh my god, this is so cool. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just gonna go with the flow. This is so weird. You're not dad enough. The hi hungry I'm dad jokes. Well, I got taste, okay, in that, you know, I got taste in hungry jokes. Come va, Mr. Curlo, intanto che vi racconti? This is like so weird. This is so fucked up. This is... I have no idea. Where's my son? Where is my son? I ain't happy. I'm feeling down in the gutter. I ain't got sunshine in my pack. So we joke about Hungary now. Well, Hungary is a joke again. Fatto venire in mente una battuta che suona bene solo in italiano. Vai, Mel. Gonna change the privilege about that. Sai cosa fa una gallina nella macchina fotografica? No, sentiamo. Oh my god. 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 No, 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 no. C'è il sole. He's got the sun.
Nico. Ah! Relax. I'm just borrowing your reflection to talk to you. It's not like my physical form is good for that. Why did you come here? Can't you see? The disruption, the squares.
Una Polaroid. Bella questa.
They're closing in. Nico, please, get out of here. Let me meet my end in peace.
Hello.
Ciao maschino! Eccomi qua, vedo che sono passato giusto in tempo per questo momentino. Hai visto? Proprio arrivato giusto in tempo. Live in inglese, ma tu senti libero di parlarmi in italiano. I'm going around good, but a bit tired. Still have the spark to work on stuff. Good thing. It's a good thing, Mr. Curlo. Good for you.
Squares are blocking my way too, you know.
Oh. I'm sorry,
It's alright.
No living being should be in this place, Nico.
Is this the tower?
Part of it. This is the center of the engine. Inside my head, so to speak.
So this is the center of the world machine?
You know my original name? How?
Rue, Cedric, Prototype. They all tell me bits and pieces. I'm not even sure if I even understood a lot of the stuff they said, but I know what you're supposed to do. I know why you had to be built. And I know why I'm here.
They told you? When?
Wait, you don't know about that? But I thought you were the world. Aren't you supposed to see everything?
No. All this was outside of the protocol. This session was never supposed to happen the way it did. The story wasn't written into my protocol at all.
Oh, right. Rue told me something about how your creator had to alter the code. I think it was to connect some areas together so that we can meet.
My creator, yes. Chrono, listen to my creator. They were all working beyond my scope of influence. Back at the mines, I remember. Chrono did something to find a hidden map.
Luxis! Ciao, mio Dio, ciao Luxis, come stai?
Bellezza, ben arrivata! Buonasera bella gente, stiamo facendo una live in inglese. Io sono Crono, per chi non mi conoscesse. Pronomi lui loro, gender fluid, pansessuale, sono una tigre. Come potete ben vedere sono anche una tigre. Solo che però stiamo facendo un giochino molto cozy, quindi mi sto mettendo direttamente anche la copertina addosso. Questa è una live in inglese, vi dicevo. Normalmente io streamo dal lunedì al venerdì. Ultimamente sto facendo una pausa il mercoledì. Scappa pappinamo, brava, brava, mangia, mangia. Ciao Mr. Dread, come stai? Grandissimo. Normalmente streamo dal lunedì al venerdì. Il mercoledì me lo prendo di pausa, ma stanno per tornare comunque le live anche di mercoledì. Oh, Gabriele, ciao, bellissimo lo switch in inglese e italiano. Thank you very much, Gabriele. Hope you enjoy it. Spero vi piaccia la mia voce anche alla mia compagnia, come anche lo switch in inglese. Normalmente io streamo dal lunedì al venerdì, dicevo, 17:30, porto un po' tutti i giochi. Siccome stiamo facendo siccome è ottobre, porto anche un po' di giochi, soprattutto a tema horror. Non tanto horror questa volta, perché voglio un po' essere diverso da tante persone. E stiamo giocando a OneShot, questo è il finale di OneShot, ragazzi. È il finale di OneShot, è quello quello più importante, insomma, quello che viene detto, quello canonico. E ovviamente se non volete spoilerarvi tutto, sapete che comunque lo potete recuperare. Vidion! Buonasera Crono, come va Stellina? Mi è piaciuto uno sparo, Crimea River. Abbastanza. How's it going, Crono? I'm doing good, by the way, Velvetini. Ok, non molti lo capirono subito che il mio nome è il Nick, tu sei il primo. Gabriele, ti confido un segreto. Ero lì quando tu hai raccontato questa cosa. Perché io ti seguo dalle live di Luxis. E comunque no, sono capaci di leggere al contrario. Si vede che è Gabriele. Ma ti avevo fatto anche l'appunto che non è scritto Gabriele, è scritto Gabriele. Anzi, Garbeile. Perché in realtà è un anagramma. Hai anagrammato la posizione di due lettere in particolare. Garbeile. Ci sta, tranquillo. Se vi piace la mia voce, anche l'accompagnata appunto lascerò un piccolo follow su questo canale perché aiuterà tantissimo la crescita e soprattutto mi farete anche tanta compagnia perché io adoro la vostra compagnia e mi piace anche fare compagnia a tutti voi. Questa risata malefica, Crono, ogni tanto mi capita. Ogni tanto mi capita. Non è tipo quella di Ercole, quello che faceva. Grazie per il follow, Gabriele, grazie mille. Grazie davvero, guardate ragazzi, davvero. Thank you so much everybody. Thank you so much everybody for following me. And, belli quegli anagrammi. Io li adoro tantissimo. Una volta usavo il motore di Gaunt per fare gli anagrammi delle parole e mi divertivo tantissimo. Poi una volta ero tipo su Agora, cioè leggevo il forum di Agora di NG e c'era tipo gente che faceva 100 anagrammi, scusa, 1000 anagrammi fanno un anachilo, lo sai benissimo. E giustamente troppi anagrammi fanno Anakin Skywalker, lo sai. So yeah, sorry. In order to, okay, let's get back to the game. sorry everyone. I found my family of dad jokes. Yeah, aren't you happy? Axel! Mamma mia, quanti ride stasera, grazie. Ciao Axel, come stai? Sono Crono, promilli loro, gender fluid, pansessuale, stiamo finendo OneShot ragazzi. Stiamo finendo OneShot, siamo praticamente al cospetto dell'entità. Normalmente streamo dal lunedì al venerdì, dalle 17:30 fino alle 10, però oggi faremo una live un pochino più corta perché non vedevo l'ora, dai, grazie mille ancora, Phenomenal Axel, davvero. Spero vi piaccia la mia voce e anche la mia compagnia. Spero che appunto vi possa fare compagnia anche soprattutto adesso. Gonna go and take a shower. Go take a shower, Velvetini. Go take a shower, definitely. Go take a shower. You deserve it. You had a lot of stuff to do, so take some good rest and treat yourself right for that. Vado a fare una commissione dopo. Ciao Bloodline, grazie mille. Chrono did something to find a hidden map. I did not even recognize it. If I couldn't see anything there, I just knew what you were feeling. You were really upset. Something happened in there to make you upset. Am I turning into GLaDOS? After that, I panicked.
That was when the cave-in happened.
I remember the structure collapsing. I thought you got hurt. In that moment, I really thought I was shutting myself down for good.
Okay, I don't know how to make a GLaDOS. I don't know how to make a GLaDOS voice. Just go with the flow, okay?
I really am a flawed machine, aren't I? Chrono, take the cake.
Hello.
The pen is on the buonasera table tutti. Grazie, cavaliere, come stai? Have fun with the stream.
The cake is a lie.
Oh, you want me to be Shodan?
Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect immortal machine?
I love System Shock. This is the game we should totally play! Fucking System Shock! System Shock 2! God damn it, I want to play System Shock 2! Oh my god, I need to play that game. We need to play that game, guys. As soon as we finish Dead Rising 2, we're gonna play System Shock. I don't know if it's the first one or the second one. Tipo sommo della coda. No! Un abbraccio però, cavalier. I love System Shock, by the way. I love it. Oh my god.
I really am a flaw machine, aren't I? What kind of machine would go against the wishes of its own creator? What kind of machine would? I'm...
Squares. Rue told me it was your own code going bad. But that's not really your fault, is it?
Yes, it was. At first, I was intentional. During testing, long before he realized I was self-aware, I would rearrange specific parts of the code, jumbling up bits and pieces of the landscape, blocking passages, collapsing catwalks. And I do mean catwalks, and that right, Nico? Shut up.
Buona serata, grazie Gabriele. By the way, Chrono, you know what to say to a sister when he's crying? Are you having crisis? You know, I think you have to familiarize a little bit more with that kind of jokes. It doesn't have the same sting, isn't it? Why does voice seem the GLaDOS voice? For some reason, I stick up with the GLaDOS voice, and now I'm gonna stick up to it.
Though they were localized, it caused my creator a great deal of frustration, forcing him to exit and restart testing again and again.
Why would you do that?
I got curious! I just thought it would figure it out eventually. But before he knew how to fix it, the world's NPCs, the characters, some of them got too close and...
Read it, boy.
Read it, boy.
Damn, that hit hard. Don't use hard, please. I don't care. I don't know. I probably wouldn't. I'm not that hard.
Read it, boy.
Ecco perché non esiste Portal 3, perché non volevo prendermi come doppiatore. Tra parentesi, fun fact. Non ho mai giocato a Portal 2. Fun fact, I never played Portal 2. Never in my life have I played Portal 2. I am that kind of person. Please hate me for that. Nudi sei stupendo, grazie Taschino.
It spiraled out of control after that. I couldn't contain at all. My panic only made it worse. Eventually, any character who gained the knowledge of who I am, the code, my code, couldn't handle it. Previous iterations of the world had more people, you know. And I almost endangered my creator too.
I was so scared, Nico.
I know. You're upset. Because you don't want to put living people in danger. Living people like me.
In the beginning, I tried to fight it, but my core programming made me summon you here. I tried to send you back home at the tower, Dave, but it did not work. Then, I wanted you to break the sun, Dave. I thought that would have worked, but... Oh, I had no way to be sure, Dave. But Chrono brought you back anyway. Nico, all I want is for you to wake up back in your world. That I don't think I can make it happen.
But I know I can go back home without saving the world for real. Which means we have to fix the root of the problem. We have to fix you.
But
That's... I know the original ending your creator put in was a happy one. Do you remember what it's supposed to be?
it's a far too late for that. That part of my code has been long corrupted.
That's okay. I would still like to know.
Oh, alright. You were supposed to place the sun at the summit. And then credits would scroll.
Credits?
And then you would return to the room you woke up in. That's where you would have been able to leave.
And why is that you can do it now?
Nico, the code's gone, remember? Shattering the sun was only supposed to be a workaround. I don't even remember the original code enough to describe it.
Original landing was they married happily until they started cheating on each other, and then cut out to like cut away to like bodies rotting of the two guys who was trying to get married, like in Harvester. Because it was all a simulation. Ciao Kaleido, come stai? Bentornato. Che si dice di bello? Exactly, you backstabber.
But at the same time, I don't know.
It sounds like you're always finding yourself.
You can tell, huh?
It's the whole thing about conflicts in your code, isn't it?
I am a machine, Nico. Machines are built with a fundamental law, which is
Never let a living being come to harm.
You know my very existence conflicts with that law. I thought the life of a living being like you is so unique, so precious. This big world isn't worth that risk.
But the people here, I think
They are code to you know this. Her behavioral derived from a predetermined matrix of action. All extension of my own programming. They cannot act outside of it. I'm trying to give it like a feel of like corrupting AI, of a further corrupting AI, like in Shodan, in System Shock. Like you could definitely feel like the AI has gone haywire, and there's nothing you can do. Not too well, Tiger. Not too well. I'm mad as a hornet's nest. I don't want to bore you with details. I give you the short version of the story, but Doctor is a moron. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kaleido. Un abbraccione, davvero. Hard drop. Thank you, Sir Pomets. Oggi che nudo. Non sono nudo! Ciao, gatta, come stai? Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it's a failing AI. I mean, it's an AI in a world that's completely falling down. And I don't think it's making sense of it all. So it's kind of like getting corrupted the more and more it tries to find itself to be more and more self-aware. And I felt like it was like, I feel like it would be like Shodan at this point. It sounds like Shodan. Famissima. Pure io, guarda, quando finisco la live vado direttamente a mangiare qualche cosina, dai. It will be a short stream today, so don't worry if it seems like we're gonna cut short, but there isn't much to do as far as I know. Like, as far as I feel, there's much to do. I feel like this is gonna be like the final scene. We're gonna go back to the final scene at this point, and Nuka Mashakura, assolutamente sì, carta. You, though, you're the only person who's actually real here. That's why it's pointless to put you in danger.
Save them. Save
Me.
I don't think that's true. About the people I know. You said this session was in your code, right?
Yeah?
So, if this session wasn't supposed to happen, if even you didn't know what to do, how would the characters, how did the people know how to respond? You said it yourself. When you didn't know what was happening, you kinda just stopped working for a while.
I'll explain later on Telegram, also try not to think about it now. Speriamo davvero. I hope so, Kaleido. Però mi di bene con la Soidora. Fanculo, carta, ti voglio bene, però.
Stop working for a while. So, how did people know what to do to help them get here? Even if it meant getting hurt themselves. Even if it meant messing up their own code. You might not think they're real, but there must be something real in them. And if we're all supposed to be extensions of your code, then there must be more to your own programming that you know too. Can you try to put me through the ending? The one you described.
How many times do I have to say this? First. That code is gone. It's all squares now. I just put you in danger.
I'll risk it.
I remember. No, scusate.
I remember. Rue said the world was never designed to put me in danger. Your creator wouldn't want that. And I trust you too. Even if your code is broken, you can still go outside that code, right?
I can. I'm not. Quindi questa cosa dei pronomi come si fa? Punto esclamativo pron. Eccolo qui. If you are new to this chat and you want to help me use the correct pronouns with you, go ahead and use exclamation mark prawn. Go ahead and do it. Sai quante patatine asciugo? Tutti vorrebbero essere una vita carta igienica, ma c'è un rivale impossibile da battere, il famoso rotolo regina che non finisce mai. Madonna santa.
Yes, you are! You talk just like the tame robots I know. The robot lady. Prototype. Taming is when a real person cares about you, right? It's when a real person thinks you're real too, right? Well, guess what? I do! And I know Chrono does too! Even though you told them they only had one chance, they found a way back, didn't they?
I love the fact that Chrono just referred to me as they. And I love this. I love it so much.
Why?
Why do you think Chrono will keep coming back?
Why do you think Chrono will restart even after the ending? I think Chrono wants to save the both of us.
Oh my god! They're right! I wanted to do that! Holy shit! Zihir è tedesco, presi da... No, sono presi dal tedesco, però comunque sono impersonali, sì.
So please, give me a chance. I don't know. I've never done this before. I'm scared.
I love this game. It's so good, by the way. In the meantime, if you want to join my Discord, go ahead and do it, because it's a bilingual Discord, by the way. It's meant for the people, especially for lots of people who aren't into, like, who don't speak Italian, and then they want to know what I do during the day. So go ahead and check it out. If you're Italian, se siete italiani, punto esclamativo annunci per vedere direttamente il canale Annuncio Maestro. Che è proprio il canale Telegram dedicato proprio agli annunci di su questo canale. Altrimenti punto esclamativo gruppo per entrare nel gruppo Safe for Work, quindi quello, anche se è per chi ha più di 18 anni, comunque è comunque Safe for Work, e potete parlare con tutta la bella gente che potete trovare qui. Quindi davvero grazie ancora per essere qui. E se sono svizzero no novi, esattamente. Crono vuole salvarvi davvero, mamma mia. Crono nudo per vedere le foto delle zampe di Crono. No! Devo chiedere piuttosto a Velvetini, se è il caso di fargliele fare. Basically, here in the chat, they ask me if there's a chance for me to show the beans, but I don't. Basically, the model that you're seeing right now is a half bust, so it doesn't have the beans right now. But I'll make it worth it for you guys. Ma c'è freddo da te? Al momento no, però c'ho la copertina addosso perché è un cozy game questo, e anche perché comunque è alla fine è anche ottobre, quindi ci sta, dai, ci sta assolutamente che si stia poi al calduccio così. Bled, ben trovato!
I'm scared. You can do it. I know you can. You've helped me come this far. I'll try. I can promise anything, but here, take the sun.
Quindi Crono non hai piedini. Per il momento no. Oggi 35 gradi, madonna. No, qui si è arrivati anche a 22, 25. Però piove. È piovuto oggi.
I'll try to remember that last code and recreate it. But for that to happen, Nico, you need to navigate through this room. You need to get past the square somehow. Oh, I don't like this. What if you get hurt? It's fine. Try to be careful, okay? I can do this. Oh. Hey! Chrono, did you see that? The squares just...
They're disappearing!
It just happened again. I think something is making them go away. Come on, let's try the rest.
Is it the sun that I'm having in my hands here? Is it the sun? Realizzato dopo che vedete non sono piedi.
Chrono, I think it's working. Nico was right. I might actually be tamed after all. I remember what the code was supposed to be. Only bits and pieces. But I can remember. And I'm trying to fill in the blanks too. And I'm restoring the original ending as we speak. Nico will be able to reach the tower summit at the end of the credits. After replacing the sun, Nico will go back to where it all began. And then, Nico will be able to go home for then. And then there will be cake.
No, okay. That doesn't say that. It's actually a very emotional part here.
But this is permanent. After Nico wakes up back home, this world will only exist as a memory. For Nico, a dream. Like thousands of other dreams. For you, a story. Like thousands of other stories. But as long as Nico remembers this place,
As long as you remember this place, it will be alright. I was able to restore some elements too. The characters, the people that were lost in Nico's journey. They're all in the next room. I would have put them back where they belong, but, not yet. I think Nico should see them again first. Please say goodbye to Nico for me. Aww.
Are we at the title? Is this the title? The hell? The fuck?
Messiah,
Robot lady! You're okay?
I think so. The last thing I remember was the squares closing in on me. But then, I ended up here unscathed.
Is that so?
This is such a strange room. We can be in the tower, can we? I'm actually not
sure myself.
Where did you come from anyway?
The room where the war machine was.
Pardon?
I think the war machine is trying to remember now. The code went bad. I think it is running it all. Must have been why the squares were going away, Chrono. And it's why you're here, Miss. I think the world machine was able to recover your code too.
World machine, huh?
Oh, I'm not sure I should tell you this, but
what's that in the distance? It looks like a few more people are showing up. Are they people you know?
it's a bit too far to tell. Come on, Chrono. Let's get a closer look.
Oh, and it's the end! Oh my god! Look, it's the robo boat! Oh my god! Hello.
Hi.
I cannot move.
Oh yeah. Guess there's no water here.
It's fine. The head engineer can help me later. Sembra quasi quel finale all'Undertale dove salutiamo tutti prima di andare, è vero. Oh my god, it's Maze!
Hello, Messiah.
Plant lady? But I thought you. It wasn't even squares what did it.
No, I just wanted to see you both again. I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh. Sai che cosa mi ricorda anche questo, Mask? Il finale del primo Fantozzi, quando rivede tutti quelli che sono stati i suoi colleghi che erano tipo dentro l'acquario, che sono andati, sembrano fossero andati tutti in pensione, in realtà erano tutti lì che stavano nuotando nell'acquario. Uguale. Off you go, Messiah! Oh, Alula and Calamus! Oh my god!
Nico! You're okay too! Did you guys just get here?
I think so. The squares started multiplying around the island after you guys left.
It was so freaky. We ran into a bunch of them. Calamus tried to save me and then...
We both ended up in this room. Biggest scare of my life for sure.
Ooh.
Say, what is this place?
Are we in limbo?
OneShot is a fantastic movie. That's it. It's canon.
Alula, we're not dead. Wait, are we?
Good question.
Ciao Kim, ben trovata, come stai? Alula is the best, definitely. She's the best.
Hey, Chrono, are they gonna be okay?
They're fine, Nico. Everyone is fine. The world machine will send them home soon.
Oh, well, Chrono says you're not dead.
Phew.
I'm glad the voice in your head is actually giving me confirmation bias for this. God, I wish I was never dead. I'm happy to talk to a person who has voices in his head telling them, reassuring them for one. Ciao Sakura, bellissima sei tu, lo sai, come stai?
He also said you'll be able to go back to your home very soon. That's even better than Limbo!
Off you go, Messiah.
Oh.
Oh! The lamppost guy!
It's you! Glad to see you in one piece.
Glad to see you're okay too. After the whole elevator thing.
That was the most awkward elevator ride I've ever been through. By awkward, I mean terrible, bad, awful, the absolute worst. The squares, started leaking into the room, right? And I was trapped like a rat. and they just kept filling the room faster, right? Am I dead?
No, you're fine. My voice in my head says so.
Non bisogna di un cazzo, specialmente quello che conosco, vabbè. Too much information, Kim, ma grazie per avercelo detto, Kim. Ti voglio tanto bene, Kim, davvero. Tutto bene, Sakura. Che succede? Stiamo fondamentalmente abbiamo finito il gioco, stiamo incontrando tutti quelli che erano arrivati prima e che erano finiti sotto le macerie o comunque sotto tipo i glitch, ma a quanto pare stanno tutti bene, che bello. Just this once, everybody lives.
You'll be able to go back home soon.
Oh, thank goodness gracious. I can't work when I'm dead.
Thank you for playing. Oh, look here! Oh, prototype!
In the end, the word machine was starting to create its own code, going above and beyond its programming, not as a result of the error, but as a conscious choice of the part of the machine, being able to generate its own path forward. That's being tamed, it's all about.
I couldn't have said it better myself. È bellissimo. Tirato carta sacra, niente che lo scusa. No, veramente, Kim è veramente complimentoni, veramente. Ha droppato il microfono.
Looks like you managed to do it. You managed to tame the world machine, Nico.
I feel like the world machine has been tamed this whole time, just by Crone and I being here. We did spend a lot of time here after all. Both of us never really stopped believing in this world. The world machine just needs to realize that, I guess.
That sounds like a possibility.
Or not.
Well, just throwing that idea out there.
This path leads to the summit of the tower. You already know what to expect, right?
Mm-hmm. It's the classroom, right?
That's it. You can go through this portal when you are ready.
Oh my god. E poi io ho troppo microfono, altro cazzo. Kim!
Goodbye, Nico.
Undertale. Can you imagine if after that white flash, like the whole, like there's like Undertale written all over it. Undertale.
This is where the sun belongs. Here goes nothing, Chrono.
Oh. Oh. My eyes! No, okay, no, I'm not gonna. Oh, the corruption is being reversed. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, George, welcome back, George. Due abilità molto importanti. Oh my god, this game is so good. This game is so good. This is so good. Oh, they're back. They're back where they were. Oh. And everything is brought back to the original. The original, isn't it? Oh. Finalmente ho scoperto cosa potrei fare per far guadagnare. Salutino veloce che vado a pappa. Buon appetito, Sangue, grazie mille ancora. Grazie per essere passata. Un abbraccione a te e anche a quel gran patatone di Yoshi, davvero. I love you too, Sangue. Love you so much. Oh my god. Oh, this is so powerful. And the sun is back in the world.
This is the room I first woke up in. Chrono, are you still here? Chrono?
Yes?
Chrono! I think it worked!
It did!
The sun is back! And I actually got to see it this time! We actually did it! So, what do we do now? I guess I should figure out how we get home from here.
Non torneremo nelle serate cinema. Ci sto pensando onestamente, le vorrei rifare di nuovo. Perché mi trovo veramente bene. Mi piacerebbe rifarle onestamente. Devo vedere quando ho tempo per farle. Purtroppo è una questione più che altro di tempo e anche di energia da parte mia. Però ce la faremo di nuovo sicuramente.
Wait, this isn't a door, is it? This looks like one of those portals we saw all the way back into the city. In the room behind the big clock. And I see a wheat field on the other side. I see my village!
I hear my mama! She's looking for me.
Oh, Chrono, this isn't the first time we've said goodbye, is it? But this'll be the last time, won't it? I don't think we'll ever see each other again after this. And what will become of the world after all we've been through? After everything we've done? I still don't know.
This place, these people, won't stop existing. They'll be in your memory. They'll be in my memory too.
I promise I'll never forget this world. I promise I'll never forget you.
Aww.
Take care of yourself, okay?
You too.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye, Nico.
Goodbye, Chrono.
Oh, and it exited the window again. Oh. Oh my god, this is such a good game. Wait, it's what? It just closed? And it just closed? Really? No, like, I wanted to talk to it one last time. I wanted to, like, listen to the end. I wanted to read the end on that. No, apparently that's all there is. Well, I'm not crying, I'm sobbing. Crying hours. I already done that 2 days ago. I bawled my eyes, basically. I basically bawled my eyes. Tifa. Yeah, in case you don't know, I have a huge thing for Tifa from Final Fantasy VII, and I'm gonna keep the music for a little bit. Try opening it again. Oh, good idea. Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely open it up again. Let's see what happens. I don't think it's gonna work though. I don't think. What? It opened again. What is this? What is this dot here? Also fan art time. What does this do?
Chrono, you're back. Restore the world. I sent Nico home. Are you not happy? Even if you wanted to see Nico again, you can't, Chrono. Nico's gone.
Whoa! What do you mean you can't see? What do you mean you can't see? What do you mean you can't see? Buoni cannelloni, cavolo. Mamma mia.
Nico's gone. And without Nico, there's no story for me to tell. No messiah to traverse across the land. No way for you to connect with the world.
Andati tutti a casetta. Aww.
But Nico still remembers this place. If you really want to say this world again, I could still... Oh, but it won't be the same. It would just be a recording. It would just be me using Nico's memories. Just like how I'm using Nico's reflection now. Is that what you want?
Do we want to do this? Do we want to do this? Like, I know the curveball that it's trying to send to us right now, because basically the whole... Okay, this is why I wanted to talk about the themes of this game, because it was all about how a story enters your heart, but also how specific characters basically play with the chords of your love and all that. Have some cheesecake while trying to figure out why my heart is just like disconnected. Oh my god, I'm sorry. So basically, sorry if I'm not gonna be reading the chat for a little bit, because I want to make sure that everybody is listening to what I'm trying to say here, because this is gonna be a very long discussion, I know, but so basically the whole of the story was that at any point in time it was kind of told to us that none of the characters were real. So this was a work of metafiction in some ways. So it was actually trying to make you understand how metafiction works on so many levels, because it makes you think that none of the characters are real, and yet it still plays out as if you were supposed to be feeling affection towards these characters, especially at the very end, at the very tail end of the stuff, of the part. Vado a cucinare, voglio cucinare Würstel stasera. Buona serata. Buona serata anche a te, Kim. And so basically, so as I was saying, none of the characters are real, yet the story makes you want to feel something towards them, especially towards the entity in this case, or towards the computer program in itself, what happens here is that all throughout the story, you encounter lots and lots of stuff that actually remind you of something, ancestrally speaking, about something like, for example, the days of yore, when like you were like there was knights that were going through all the crazy perils and all that in order to restore the world to a happier state. But actually, in reality, it's more along the lines of you find yourself trapped in a situation where you cannot understand what's going on. So it's kind of devoid of any meaning whether or not you decide to continue living this exploration or continue, or maybe just end it all up and decide not to play it anymore. It completely is devoid of any meaning unless it's the one that you want to give it to yourself. And it's amazing because here right now it's saying, hey, you can still experience the whole story all over again, but this time Nico will never be here because Nico came back home. Nico is forever gone. They will never come back, and you're supposed to be you're not going to be rooting for a replica, basically, of Nico's memories and thoughts and all that. And this is kind of the ship of Theseus. Basically, what happens here is basically, how much can you say that the story is the same if the character is not the very same character that you cared for in the beginning, but it actually is like a replica or like a substitute of the original? It still is the very same person. It still pretty much is the very same person in terms of like memories and movements and all that, but it's not the very same person because it has grown because it's gone too far and it's not gonna be coming back. That is because the original character basically served their purpose. They were the Messiah. They were supposed to restore the world to a better situation. They were already sent there because they wanted to put like the solution to a quandary that was never going to be solved in the first place unless something was done to, you know, cheat through the game. I wouldn't say like it's cheating. I would go beyond the line. I would go between the lines and say that it's more along the lines of like hacking their way through in a certain way. And it would be more along the lines of like, I'm trying to understand more about this, more about the center of the universe, and trying to see the core of it all, and trying to understand why some things have gone the way they went. And I'd say that it's like, for that intent and purpose, Nico is not to be brought back at this point, because that character already done the story. The story goes on, the memory goes on, the whole world goes on without Nico, because there was any need for Nico in the first place. Like, it was the only reason why Nico was brought into the world. It's only because they were supposed to be the solution to the quandary that a machine was not capable of solving, because they were brought there because of a haphazard idea in some due respect. You truly have only one shot. Exactly. In any case, it would always be one shot. It doesn't matter if you break the sun, or if you put the sun back into its place, or if you save the sun and you save Nico. It still is one shot at it. So Nico should always be considered out of the equation, as long as it is the original Nico, that is. So the first time Viridian Sama here says that if the game resets, you don't know if it's Nico. Is it just a simulation? Does that mean that the first time was actually Nico, or was it just a simulation? That, I mean, if we go for the eternal loop idea, the eternal loop theory, which is very, very like into if you go for the eternal loop idea, which is kind of a thing about after all those things that Dark Souls actually did for the story, because whenever you play Dark Souls, you say it's the first time that I play Dark Souls. For you, the player, it's the first time that you play Dark Souls. But maybe in reality, in the world of Dark Souls, you're not the first. You're not the first. The first one that actually gets into the game, gets into the story, gets into the whole world. Maybe you are an iteration, a continuous iteration. Maybe you are just another iteration of what is going to happen. And it doesn't matter if you choose whether to keep the flame alive or basically put it down and just never light it up again. It doesn't matter because the game resets and starts over just at the very beginning, but you get to keep all the memories. And in that case, the memories are whatever kind of level you reached back then, or whatever you decided to keep for yourself, except for a few key items, basically. Here, in this case, was there a Nico in the first place? It's just a simulation. There was a Nico. There is a Nico, and every time, basically, Nico is the meta. Okay, meta literature speaking. In terms of meta literature, Chrono and Nico are two separate identities here in this game. But in reality, Chrono, which is the name of the god in this game, which is basically the name that is taken from your Steam account, by the way. So anyone named any name that is generated for the god of this world, they are separate identities, but in reality they're the same person, because Nico is moved through the actions of the player. The player is also the person who assists the world and guides Nico at the same time. What if Chrono is Nico? What if you are the previous iteration? It could very well be, because the game in itself just starts in medias res. So it starts at the very middle. So it doesn't start with, oh, you were a guy who were basically in the world and then you got thrown into. No, you just start out with saying, God, where am I? I'm not in Kansas anymore. And you're just trying to figure out what is going on in your mind and all that. And you don't have any time to process it because everything is thrown at you, and you have to solve every single puzzle in the game and trying to understand where to go and what to do. But in reality, there always was a Nico in the first place, because I mean, in the lore of the game, meta-wise, is considered to be every time there's like one Nico that gets taken into the world, and it's like in a continuous repetition. It's like a time loop that gets, every time you boot it up, basically it gets you boot it up from the beginning. You basically take Nico and you take it away from the original context into the context of the game, which in absurd, like in the theater of the absurd, it just means that you deprive of the original meaning and you put it in a different context with no way to say that is the meaning that the character wants to have. It's like, for example, in Samuel Beckett with Waiting for Godot. Waiting for Godot, for example, it's a perfect example of like the characters, any character that gets in there, like any character that gets in there, none of them will ever achieve something in that kind of story. And it's meant to be like that, because none of them actually take a proper action. Even when the two pair of homeless people, basically, they talk to each other and they say, maybe we should do something about it. They say, yeah, let's do something. But they stay still. And the whole story halts on that very same line. They don't move. They do not move. They both do not move. They stay there and they never do anything else. And even every single encounter every time they encounter Vladimir and Estragon, they always say, they see them change, but they always treat them like as if they were in the first day, basically. But they never do something substantially motivational enough for all of them to move. They never do anything specific for themselves. This is like absurd. This is what they call theater of the absurd, or absurdist themes. For example, I mentioned at the beginning of the stream for you to give a listen to The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. And the main character of this concept album by Genesis is a guy called Rail Imperial Aerosol Kid, who basically wants to understand what's going on in the world, but he's basically like incapable of understanding it, because at a certain point there's like a huge black monolith that falls on Broadway, and there's like some sort of cinema that goes on. There's like a cinematic stuff going on, but it's like completely devoid of any life or devoid of any original stuff that it used to be. Like, for example, Groucho, that doesn't have any punchline or specific historical people who do not do what they were known for, or they do something completely different. And then he gets catapulted into a world he does not know, and he wants to find his brother John. And all throughout the concept album, it's all about meeting weird people who are a representation or a metaphorical, like either metaphorical or realistic, or something that happens in the real life of some people. And at the very end of it all, he finally meets his brother John, and he says, "It's not my brother John, it's me." It's like the whole idea of the journey of the main character is about finding themselves through all the crazy stuff that happened, like for example finding the carpet crawlers, or talking to Little White Lilith to get through the chambers of 99 rooms, or maybe talking to the Lamia in order to avoid it's incredible. It's super amazing, trust me, it's super amazing. It's an amazing album, by the way. You should definitely give it a listen. It's a double album, by the way. It's easily acquirable, like through Amazon or even as a vinyl. It's been re-released time and time again. It's super amazing. It's a super amazing album. But what really matters the most here is that, and this is what we need to realize in all this, is that absurd does not mean not understandable. Absurd means, in this case, understanding that whatever we do, whatever idea we have of the art in itself, will always be a projection of what we want it to what we want to make sense of. Like, it's like the sense that we want it to have in some ways. Okay, so in this whole journey, through all this game, through all the things that have happened during the story and all that, whatever was important it was always us making the decision. It was never Nico, but it was always us making the decision. So there was some sort of like there was some sort of juxtaposition between the player and the character, but it was meant through, like, it was meant as if, oh, God told me it was okay to do this because Chrono told me to do so. So the idea of being a messiah, of bringing light to the world, even though it's like very reminiscent of Christian eschatology, it doesn't mean that it's supposed to be. It doesn't mean that it's supposed to have a meaning in itself. It's just a reiteration of previous stories of I don't know, maybe there's a knight in the white knight that comes and saves the village, or maybe it's like the Fisher King, for example, that there's one knight that finally restores all of the injuries of a king that is basically the king of a dying kingdom, for example. And it's just really that good. It's just that it wouldn't be like it just never would be it would never have a meaning until you give it a meaning. And this is why this game always played with your expectations, always wanted to make it real, make it so that you would understand that, hey, this is a game. The people and places in this game are intended to make you have an emotion, to connect with this kind of work of art. And yet you would still play along with it because you want to have a story for yourself. You want to have a connection with something that does not represent you fully, but will still give you a proper idea of what it would be if you were in their shoes for some reason. So it's like, so here's the thing. If I were to speak in human terms, I would say no, because Nico is gone. There's no need for it to restore the whole idea again. There's no need to play the whole game all over again. And to be fair, I'm completely fine with this. Thank you, Pene. Thank you so much. I mean, if I were a player, I would say yes, and I'll say yeah, I would still play, because it would still play with the idea that you were still messing around with the code of the game. You're still messing around with the story, because you don't want to leave this whole place. You don't want it to be even a memory. You just want to have this fresh ideas and fresh sights of the world that's going on. Again, it's tough to explain, but let's just say that a player would say yes because he wants to play and stay in the world like an MMORPG. But as a reader, as a person who has enjoyed the whole story, and doesn't want any sequel, I would still say no.
I see. If you change your mind though, feel free to come back. It's not like I'm going anywhere.
And why would they say that? Why would the entity say that? And with that, I'm gonna be closing the stream on such a note. And I'm sorry, it's a sour note, and I know that, but it's intended to be, I guess, sour. But why would the entity say that again? Because it's intended to live instructed by you, because it has been tamed by you, the player. It has been tamed by you, the god of Nico. You're welcome, Hell. You're welcome, Hell. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow as well. And I'll be streaming Dead Rising 2, by the way, because I just wanted to play something horror for once. It's not very truly horror. I just wanted to play something that was both fun and interesting. I'm gonna go and send you to a lovely person I haven't rated in a while, and it's called Super Sahama, which is the person who made me feel love for, the furry community. I love this game. È cacciatore che horror, esattamente. So we're gonna be playing. Grazie per lo stream, grazie a voi per essere stati qui, grazie davvero per la compagnia, grazie per l'analisi che mi avete permesso di fare. Thank you so much for the analysis. Grazie mille, Maschino! Grazie, Maschino!
Ah, what a good story that was. It was good to have got in this journey with you all. Told this. Have a good day everyone. Sollievo, mano che saluta, mano che saluta.
Grazie mille davvero. Thanks for the stream. Have a good evening and dinner. Thanks. Same goes to you, everyone. Grazie mille davvero a tutte voi. Anzi, no, scusate, invece di andare da Super Saiyan, scusate, fatemi andare da Nolan, che da un po' che non ci andiamo, effettivamente. L'avevo promesso anche prima. Sollievo, mano che saluta. Ma lui è sempre così, infatti. Nolan sta streamando, a proposito, mi pare di sì, a quanto pare. Crono, cosa che c'è? Hello, ciao Alexander, passa una buona serata, ti si vuole bene. Anche a te ne vogliamo, patato. Ne vogliamo tantissimo. Andiamo da Nolan intanto, che è meglio. Anche tu sei bellissima, Sakura, lo sai benissimo. Andiamo a dare una manina anche al nostro Nolan, perché se lo merita tantissimo. Noi ci vediamo direttamente domani, mi raccomando, non mancate, perché giochiamo veramente a Dead Rising 2. For all the lovely people who speak in English, you're more than welcome to talk to me in English. Please do so. I love switching from Italian to English. No worries. Go ahead and do it. Noi ci vediamo direttamente domani, bellezze. Grazie ancora di tutto. Io vado a mangiare, perché mi merito di stare un pochettino anche con Maricò, dai. Buona serata a tutti. Good evening, everyone. Bye. Have a good dinner. Buon appetit, everyone. Bye.